Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Sadiq, and today I got this OLED screen kit from High Speed Edo. It's probably the best screen, and I'm gonna go through it how to install it. So what you need is firstly you need a donor console. It should be working. And the kit I bought came with the shell, and I would highly recommend you get it with the shell for about £7 more. The shell is already pre-cut, so there's no cutting required for the shell. You will also need a soldering iron. There's one wire to solder on just for the 5 volts for the, well actually I don't even know it's 5 volts, maybe it's just a connection to the battery to power the screen. And you might want to have some flux as well. This is not absolutely necessary, but it's good to have. And some Q-tips or cotton buds just to give the button contacts a bit of a clean so that they work better. And to clean it with it, you want some IPA, but these are not absolutely essential. If it's already working, you shouldn't need these. All right, let's start the installation. I forgot to mention you're going to need a Phillips crosshead screwdriver and a tri-wing screwdriver, but this comes with the kit as well. To begin with, disassemble your Gameboy Color, the donor console. By the way, this is a fully working one. This one works absolutely fine. So on the console, there's 6 tri-wing screws on the to disassemble the shell. So there's one here, there, one there, and 2 under the battery cover. Once you got all the screws out, the back should just come off very easily. Once you're on the inside, there's 3 crosshead screws holding the motherboard to the case. Before you can take the motherboard out, there's to get the screen ribbon cable out, there's a tab there and there. They need to be pulled out. You can do this with your fingernails. And now this should just come out. Now you can just pull the motherboard off and the speaker will come out with it. The back shell, I'm going to use it just to test the screen itself. So let's get the screen ready now. So it comes in a hard shell box to keep it safe. This is just a leaflet for High Speed Edo. This is the screen driver board. It comes with the ribbon already on there. And these are some Captain tape to insulate some parts. And I don't think we'd be needing this. Where would I put this? Because you can't cover all of it. So I think this is just a spare. And it comes with 2 bits of wire, but you only need 1. All right, so to begin with, so that's the back of the screen. So you got this little connector, needs to come through this hole, this slot here. That can be done very easily just by putting it through. And then this one This connector will connect to this socket here. Just fold it over. That was nice and easy. Alright, so now this is the time we need a soldering iron. So if you see on this PCB, they already pre-applied some solder, so you shouldn't even need any solder. You're just going to attach the wire to that joint or that blob of solder here. So it should be nice and easy. It was simple as that. Alright, so to test it out, we're gonna need to put this ribbon cable in here. That's it. And the other end of this wire needs to be connected to the power switch with the point label C. That's attached. So now we can fold the screen over like this and drop it into the back shell. This is so that we can put batteries in. And then we can turn it on by pushing the switch. And then we can see that it's on. Okay, so now that it's on and we've tested it, we can carry on with the rest of the installation. So for the rest of the installation, what we're going to be doing is just insulating these parts with the provided Kapton tape. This is what it should look like afterwards. So it's insulated on this part, these parts. So what I will need to do to remove this wire, because we need to install it onto the shell. So now we've got this part of the screen. We need our shell. So to get it in there, very simple. Take all these strips covering the adhesive, and we need to put it within, get all the cables within through the hole, and then you will see on the bottom slides under this part of the bottom of the screen and goes in there, and then it should be a perfect fit. So once it's in there like this, you don't really want to take it out anymore. And now you want to put on all the buttons. This comes with the replacement shell, the screws and whatnots. So you got the D-pad, B button, A button, these are the rubber membranes, start select buttons, the D-pad rubber membrane, the A and B button rubber membranes, and you want to make sure you keep this cable coming at the top. And now can put the console back in. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to clean the contacts there a bit. So I'm just going to get some IPA onto my cotton bud and just give these a bit of a wipe down, because this motherboard is already very clean. Just dry off with the drier side. And now I can slip it in here. Make sure the speaker goes into the slot. Now, the 3 crosshead screws screw down the motherboard, and I would recommend using the screws that came with the case, because they may be of different lengths and you don't want to coming through the other side with the shell. And another note, these are brand new shells, so there's no threads cut in the screw holes, so it will be quite tough to go in, but this is going to be normal because you're cutting new threads. So take it easy, you don't want to break the screw posts. Once it feels a little bit tight, don't go any further. Nothing's come through here. You don't want to over tighten these. So that's in there good. So now we need to resolder this wire to the C position. I'm going to add a little bit of solder to that point. Like for example, this one contains some flux 2%, so it's not essential to put the flux on there as long as you work quickly. That's on there good. And now finally we can reinstall the ribbon cable for the screen again. And lock the tabs in. That's what it should look like. Check all the buttons can be pressed nicely. And now you can put in the power switch cover. And you have the cover for the IR sensor. Now that's basically all the major work done. Can just put the back on now. Again, I recommend using the screws that came with the kit, as they may be of different length to the originals. And again, you're cutting new threads, so it's gonna there'll be a bit of resistance as going in. That's all the screws in. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this serial number sticker on to put it on there, and the kit comes with a label for the model number, so I'll be just using that. See if I can get this off without damaging it. That came up quite nicely. And for this, I usually like to peel it back a bit on one side and snip some of it off. And on the other side, I snip off the corners. This allows me to line the label up perfectly straight first time. That looks good, and then I can push around one side and then just take it off. So now I know it's nicely aligned. This way I get perfect alignment every time. Alright, so that's basically it. And we can put some batteries in. Put a game in. And I think it's time for the peel. Come on. The OLED screen on this kit is really nice. Let's load up a game and see what it looks like. The blacks look perfectly black. To enter the OSD, what you need to do is tap and hold on the bottom half of the screen, and that brings up the menu, and you can scroll by by swiping on the screen. So you got controls for brightness. It's not perfect because they're very small buttons you need to press. There's 10 levels of brightness. There's color modes, but this is for your black and white games or the original Game Boy games. And then you got the pixel effect. Let me zoom into there a bit. So there's there's like vertical lines, scan lines, horizontal scan lines, and square pixel grids. Then you got the FRM frame blending, and also then you got the horizontal and vertical positioning. So it was already positioned correctly for me. Maybe they do that in the factory. And then you got the logo color as well. This is a nice feature. So it will light up the Game Boy Color logo. So you can match it up with your, let's say I got this light blue case. Let's see if it has a, yeah, so that looks like matching with the case. Let me show you what the frame blending does. Let's all load up a different game that needs it. Wave Race is one of those games. So if you see this heads up display, when the race starts, it starts flickering. This is because it's trying to create a transparency effect, but because the screen refresh rate is really good and pixel response is really good, it looks like it's flickering. So to fix this, you can turn frame blending on. So now you can see it just looks like it's transparent rather than flickering. So you wouldn't want to turn this on for every game, only the game that actually needs it. And also, you'd want to use the color modes for, so like you can have it black and white, or maybe you want to match it up with your case color. So this one matches up more with the case color. Yeah, so this screen kit is hands down the best available screen mod kit for the Game Boy Color. There's no challenge. It looks so nice. The OLED screen is just perfect. Alright, so if you like the video, give it a like. If you want to see more like this, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.